Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So you may remember a previous video I did with all these markers, these acrylic markers I got on Amazon. And I was using them to add to my selection of Ohuhu markers, acrylic markers. They are both the kind that you just have to shake. You don't have to pump them to get them started. And I was keeping all my markers in this case that I had just gotten on Amazon. And it fit all the markers and it also fit my Posca pens. But I found that these compartments were oddly too big for what I wanted. It didn't differentiate them enough and it was really hard to find the color I wanted. And they're numbered very strangely. They're numbered for like what is in each set. They're not numbered in all the greens are one number system or anything like that. It's very inconsistent and very confusing. I really like them, but they're very hard to figure out that way. So I started looking into other things. I originally wanted them to be really, really portable so I could take them on plein air with me. And I decided that that was not necessarily how I wanted to store them, because it was too big and cumbersome to take with me. And I didn't like hunting and pecking to find the colors. And then I saw this and I thought, wow, that's really cool. I could do that. I could get to all of them. It's got more divisions, which is good. And so I was looking into one of these. This one had been on sale. And so I really hated to pay more for it than that. So I thought, oh, you know what? Here's one that's cheaper. I'll try this one. It looks exactly the same. So I did. I got this one. And I will link these all below. And you can see that, yes, it's the same, but it's significantly smaller and it didn't even come close to holding all the markers. And then there was another one that I think was slightly bigger than this one. And I thought, well, maybe I should get that one because I didn't want a big, huge thing. But in the end, this one would come sooner. The other one still wouldn't be here. And I did this like a month ago. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try the Meaden one. And not Meaden, I'm sorry. Is it Meaden? I can't remember. Ohuhu. Meaden makes one too. That was the one. I was debating between Meaden and Ohuhu because Meaden's a little smaller than this, a little bigger than this, but it was going to take too long to get the Meaden one. So I went ahead and got the Ohuhu one. Now, I really like it when I'm using it because it's like here and I can get to all the colors and that's wonderful. But when you're not using it, you want to put it on its side so that all the markers are resting on their sides, which sounds fine if it was staying on my desk. But I use my desk for so many things, different mediums, that I always am taking them off, put them on the floor or on the table next to me. Well, I put this on the floor, thought in a safe spot, and twice in the same day I managed to kick it and dump half of the markers on the floor. I said, I've got to quit doing this. So I think I found a better spot for it now where I can put it off when I'm not using it because that was driving me crazy. The other thing I did was I ditched their whole, or I ditched my system of trying to keep all my colors together, like all my greens, all my blue, and do it like you normally would a palette. And what I did was set them up by their numbers, which means it's a hodgepodge in colors. And I started with the lowest number, which was the red, yellow, 01 through 09. And then I just made my way through the whole thing down to PC 801, 809. And made little labels for them, which you might have noticed. Still got to be careful. Oh, no, I can't do it that way. Let's do it this way or you won't see anything. Still got to be careful that way. There you go. See, I made little labels for it. And you still got to be careful setting it up and on its side so you don't dump it. But even though these colors are all messed up, I find this much easier to work with because I made this chart here, this swatch chart in my book that's got all those and my Ohuhus, and I can look for what color I want if I have this sitting to my side while I'm painting, and then I know what number to look for. And I know since the numbers go around kind of where I'm looking, and you know, I can find it pretty easily. And I find also the more I use this, the more I just kind of know where they are, but there is some semblance of order, and I really do like that. I have found that to be very helpful. And then what I did was I took my Ohuhu markers, acrylic markers, and I added those in here too, because originally I had some extra space in here, and I thought, you know, I was trying to keep them in their little bags so I could maybe take them when I went plein air or whatever. I'm not going to go plein airing most likely for the next 3 months to 4 months because it's too cold out there. And it's particularly been a cold year. We're expecting wind chills in the like -15 next week. So I'm not going to sit outside and paint. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put them in here for, at least for the winter, and see if I like that. And I split those up more by color because the numbers aren't on them. They are actually the color they look like. And I used them the other day and it worked really, really well. So long story short, I really like this turntable-y thing. It's helpful to have it labeled, and it doesn't matter that they're not in color order. What matters is they go along with my swatch sheet. And that has made this so much easier. Right now, my Poscas are still in that big bag. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with them. I might move them to something else and use that bag for something else. It's a nice bag. But, you know, I do all this fiddling around and trying different things so that you don't have to. If you did this like I did, I've already solved this problem for me. You might be different than me. I'm sure you are different than me, but this has worked really, really well for me. So I am going to take this piece of paper I have prepped. It is mixed media paper, and I am going to do a little sketch. And if you would like to stick around for that, that would be wonderful. And if you don't want to watch that, then just go ahead and go off. But if you could hit that like button before you do that, that would be really, really appreciated. And let's get going. So this is my reference shot. I took this a few years back at Stony Creek Metro Park, and I am going to use that as a loose reference for this painting. First thing I want to do is kind of sketch in where things are, very, very generalized. I want a horizon line, which I'm going to cheat a little lower than it is in the picture and a little higher than a third, which is kind of the rule of thumb. Now there's a whole branch coming in over here on the side, but I am not going to do anything with that right now. That will go afterwards. And there's kind of a brushy area in front of the trees. What I liked about this picture is the way the sun is shining. I have painted this before, by the way, possibly even on the channel, which I think I did, but I'm certain I didn't do it in these markers. So This is going to be a little different. And then the trees come up. Well, let's see. The solid, they're solid like in this area, and then they solid down there, and then back up a little bit. And then there's trees that stick up above that. And that's basically what it is. So I'm using this already tinted colored paper because I thought that would be a good head start. A lot of times I like to do it with watercolor or with my Tombow markers. I will get a base color down, but the watercolor does not work on this paper. The Tombows would. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that on here just to get a little more color in here, like the gold and that. Let's just do that because that would be a nice kind of map to what I want to do. It's always nice to have that kind of thing. Okay. I've also used my jelly rolls when I needed a really thin line with these, and that's kind of fun too. So that's a good nice underpainting to get us started. So let us start. I'm going to start with the trees. And I think I'm going to start with an Ohuhu. I'm going to go ahead and just paint this and probably clip it so that we aren't sitting here for days, and you can get the idea of how I work in these markers. Okay, I am going to hit it with a hairdryer and peel the tape off. This tape has been on for quite a while, so hopefully it doesn't give us problems, but it might. Just going to hit the corners because sometimes they stick when they're the bottom pieces of tape where it was had the other tape laying over it. So if you enjoyed this video, again, if you could hit the like button, that'd be great. If you would like to check out my Patreon, I have longer, less edited content over there, and it's all free right now. And that would be wonderful. I am really, really enjoying these markers. I can't tell you how much I am having fun with these. Let me zoom in here. So if you're at all interested, I will list, I will post in the description the links to finding these in general on Amazon and all the other markers that I used on Amazon and the paper and all that good fun stuff. And I really, really appreciate you being here and appreciate you watching, and thank you so much. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I've printed my artwork along with cute little monsters and other fun stuff for sale.